Hi there, folks. My name's Alexander Lersch. I'm the president of student government here at Marietta College, and I know that there's been changes in policy regarding financial aid this semester, and so student government is hosting this online forum here to kind of get some answers out there to the public. And so with me, I have Emily Shook, the Assistant Vice President of Enrollment. And also with us will be Suzanne Walker, who's the Associate Provost. And I thank them for their time, and hopefully we can have some questions figured out here. Thank you.
Okay, the first question goes to Emily Shook. Emily, when was the federal policy changed, and why did it seem to take so long for the college to inform the students?
Well, that is a really good question. First of all, it is not a change, and it's not a new policy. Student eligibility for financial aid was established originally in 1965 in the Higher Education Act, and that was something that was put forth by Congress. And in order for students to receive financial aid, they have to be enrolled in what's called an eligible program. And at Marietta College, each of our eligible programs has curriculum that's associated with it. And so it's important that students maintain compliance and follow that curriculum as laid out by the faculty. So while this may seem new, it's not. It's just that we are choosing to monitor it in a different way. As you know, we have a faculty advising model here at Marietta College, which is very effective for students to work very closely with our faculty to meet their academic needs. So they're getting that advice about what courses to take. And then our responsibility in the financial aid office is to make sure that those courses meet some graduation requirements, whether that be general education electives, credit hours by course load, 300 level or above, internship or externship opportunities. So we watch that and do a lot of consultation with the Office of Academic Affairs. And so when we have students who may be taking a course or two outside of their academic plan, we will notify them, as we did this year, and we will basically explain what happens to the costs, because students who are less than full-time are not charged the full-time rate. They are actually charged $1,216 per credit hour. And then we adjust their financial aid, either for part-time or three-quarter time or less than part-time. So while it may seem very disruptive, and I certainly understand the questions, and they're important questions that you should be asking the financial aid office and your faculty member, please know that it's not done in a punitive spirit. We are simply following the regulations that are outlined by the U.S. Department of Education and making sure that we stay within compliance so that all students can access the aid that they need to attain this education.
Is there a way to petition or opt out of these requirements if you're an existing student, such as can current students be grandfathered out of these regulations?
So you can't be opted out of federal regulations. The answer, unfortunately, is no. What you can do, and there are options, is speak with your faculty member who will walk you through either a 2-year, a 3-year, or a 4-year plan, and let you know what your options are so that you can make informed decisions. That's really my strongest piece of advice, is work with your faculty member, and then they will work with us. Dr. Walker and I have been doing some pretty comprehensive reviews on a student-by-student basis to be able to give you options of what your schedule might look like. Perhaps you're part-time in the spring and full-time in the fall, or maybe you're less than full-time 2 semesters in a row. Whatever the scenario, we will be able to give you an estimated cost and an estimate of what your financial aid will look like, so that then you can make the best decision for you.
So what if I need more financial aid after finding out, that these changes are being implemented? Who do I need to speak to? Where can I ask for additional aid?
Sure. So we do have a process in the financial aid office called special circumstance requests. So through that process, if something has changed significantly in your financial situation, we do take those appeals under advisement, and on a case-by-case basis, we can make some adjustments for federal and state aid. So come see us.
Is this situation one that is just affecting Marietta College, or are other higher education institutions going through the same issues?
Sure. So all institutions that participate in the Title IV federal programs are subject to these rules and regulations. So it's not a unique policy to Marietta. It's one that schools across the country have to implement in order to stay in compliance. I think if I could just take a minute and comment on why now we're hearing more and more about this. I think what has happened is we are seeing an increased number of students who come to Marietta College as first-time freshmen with a substantial number of what we call CCP credits, or College Credit Plus, which is basically where students earned college credit while they were in high school. And the purpose of that program, right, is really twofold. It's to accelerate your college completion, and it's to save you money, which is exactly what the program is doing. As when you come into Marietta College and you matriculate in, you may have 30 or even 60 credits completed. So that is designed then to shorten the amount of time that you're with us. So we are seeing more students come to us with more credits that apply to their major. And so that's why at this point it's really become a top of mind issue.
Can a student who is being impacted by this change starting spring semester meet with someone in student financial services to discuss their questions or problems?
Absolutely. In fact, I would encourage it. Students who are going to be impacted for spring have been notified via email and a text message. But you are welcome to contact us at any time if you would like to have a face-to-face or virtual meeting. We are in the office from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. You're welcome to give us a call at 740-376-4712 or email us at finaid@marietta.edu, and we would be happy to speak with you about your current situation.
Does this affect work study eligibility, and can you qualify for more funding that way?
So it could. It could impact your work study eligibility. It's really done on a case-by-case basis. So for example, if I'm a student that only needs 3 credit hours to graduate, my costs are going to be substantially lower. And then depending on how much aid you receive, you may not have eligibility for work study. But we do offer work study to students who are part-time, same as you can live on campus if you're part-time. So while the change may feel very dramatic at first, once we walk you through the implications, I'm hopeful that you feel more comfortable about what your options are and what your financial aid and your work study would look like.
And final question for you, Emily. Are the faculty advisors being educated on this process and these regulations?
Absolutely. I've had multiple conversations with faculty. I've been to meet with the faculty, the full faculty. I've met with individual academic departments, and I'm happy to do so multiple times if that's what's needed. And Dr. Walker is really doing a terrific job of working with faculty advisors to really understand these changes and these impacts and to provide some guidance moving forward.
Thank you, Emily. The final question goes to Alex. Alex, will SGA discuss this issue at a future meeting, and do you plan to have another virtual town hall if necessary?
Yeah, we're gonna continue this thing, and we're gonna continue asking questions, and we're gonna try to continue figuring out what happened. And yeah, well, if we see that there is a demand for further town halls, we will have them. And if you have any questions, you are free to come to an SGA meeting if you're a student. We haven't figured out the time that it's going to be next semester, but that is public, so that will be made. And if you have any other questions about this, please come and ask me. My email is ajl002@marietta.edu, and yeah, that's all I have.